my 1,000 round review on the SCAR-17S. The first thing I'm going to cover is my choice in Sling, so I can take this off my body right away. I actually use the Magpul MS3 because I use this for deer hunting and I can't sit still in a stand. I gotta walk the whole time, so I love doing drives. So I use it, you know, single point sling while I'm doing a drive, and then when I'm all done doing my drive, I usually have to walk down the road, so then I just clip it there, fold the stock up, and secure it on my back. And it works out pretty good. Or if I've shot a deer and, you know, I gotta drag it and stuff, I like to be able to do that, because then it just doesn't print as large, so I'm able to go through the brush and stuff really well. And I usually hunt in marsh, so I'm usually in some pretty thick brush. But now back to the firearm itself. There is some finish wear, completely minor. I would not let it affect your ability to buy this firearm at all. Basically where the rounds extract there, they fly and they seem to be chipping some of the finish away. Also where the sling hooks up, a little bit of finish wear there. When I first got this, I actually tried running the EOTech with their magnifier on it. Did not go well. The magnifier just didn't have enough eye relief. So if I was doing like fast shooting, it worked fine, but if I was actually relaxed and trying to make an accurate shot, it busts me in the eye. It was really cool though. This little pad comes off the stock. It actually has like the perfect little space where you can put a CR123 battery in there. I believe that's the name of them. Rattled a little bit, but when I put tissue paper in there, stayed perfectly quiet. The actual performance of the firearm was almost flawless. I'll cover the little hiccup it had. I did have some hiccups, but it was not the firearm's fault. I reloaded ammo, and when I first started shooting this, I didn't have a lot of pieces of brass. I had maybe like 50 pieces, so I had to literally run them until the point where the primers would fall out of them. And a lot of times what would happen is the primer would fall out in the mag, chamber into the barrel, pull a trigger, click, and so then, you know, I had to make sure the tip was on the round to make sure the tip wasn't halfway down so I didn't shoot another one and blow up my barrel. So I pulled it out really slow, caught the round, primer was missing, and actually filled the bolt full of gunpowder, and it took the firearm out of action. Had to break it down and clean it. I was actually going to see how many rounds I could shoot without cleaning it. When that happened, I was up to like 300, straight out of the box, never cleaned it once. After that, though, I was forced to clean it. The breakdown of this firearm is super easy. Push this pin right here. Pull the lower off. Pull the stock off. Pull the bolt down, you got your spring. Then you can use this as a tool to take apart your bolt assembly. Something I definitely want to cover so you guys don't go through the same thing I did. I was probably like 50 rounds deep in this thing and I took it apart to see, you know, how it disassembled and how hard it was. I come to the bolt. And right there, it really looks like the bolt's chipped at first round, at first glance. Pull it out, I'm looking at it, I'm like, started panicking. I'm like, I'm calling FN, you know, they're going to hear from me. This firearm's getting a horrible review. Well, coming to find out that's just a little bit of milling in there. Serves some sort of purpose. I don't actually know what it is. But yeah, so when you see this on your SCAR, when you first buy it, don't panic. It's not a big deal. It's supposed to be there. The one time that the firearm did go down, let me set the scene for you. Basically, I went up to Antigo, Wisconsin, which they have a beautiful outdoor range. If you're ever in Antigo, Wisconsin, definitely, exclamation point, definitely check out their outdoor range. I mean, it's just set up amazing. Very, very nice range. It was probably like 20, 25 below out. And there was no way I was going to pass up an opportunity to shoot there. So anyway, I was at my friend's house. He wanted to see my SCAR, so I brought it from the trunk of my car, which is like -20, into the house, which is 72 degrees. I'm assuming the metal started sweating, and then I went right back into the trunk after like maybe 3 minutes or so, 5 minutes of being in 72 degrees. And then I went out to the range. Pull up, aim at my first target, click, eject the round, and it still had a tip on it, let another one in, click, eject the round, still had a tip in it, next one, boom! Then I loaded those two in the mags that had light primer strikes on it, boom, 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 ran flawlessly the whole rest of the time. What I'm assuming would happen is the firing pin sweated, or the bolt sweated, and it froze to the inside of this, and it just wasn't able to contact the primer very well. I tried recreating this. I was unable to do so. I did the exact same scenario. I mean, it could have been a fluke one-time thing. I don't know. Other than that, like, the wear on the bolt is a little bit shiny right there. I don't think that's a big deal. Also the back, a little bit shiny. Also don't think that's a big deal where the hammer rubs on it. I think it just took some finish off. I'm actually slightly over 1,000 rounds, but I'm super lazy and I didn't really put out this video right away. The muzzle brake works phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, it's insanely loud. The percussion comes off of it. It's not very fun to be next to the firearm if it's shooting. The shooter, it's fine. I don't know if maybe like the wave just kind of forms around you, but if you're next to the firearm or even behind the shooter, the percussion you feel on your face is almost like an envelope with a single sheet of paper and it just whack, whack. And I got some other videos I was trying to capture the percussion on camera, wasn't able to, but you can still see like the smoke come out and how phenomenal it is. This rifle does got two deer kills on it. Very, very, very nice rifle. Definitely like it. I would strongly recommend buying it if you can find them. Unfortunately, right now they're not very available. It'll probably come around, but who knows? Let's see, did I cover everything? Muzzle brake, wear, sling. Oh, the trigger pull! When I first got this thing, it was insanely horrible. Like, it felt like I was pulling on sandpaper. It was just like... You couldn't predict it at all. Now that it's broken a little bit, it almost kind of feels like a two-stage trigger. Like you got your... Let's see if I can find it. Right there's your setup, and then snap. The rifle with factory ammo does seem to be shooting about 1 1/4 MOA. I didn't throw any powerful glass to confirm this, but, you know, just kind of looking at my group sizes and stuff. When I reloaded ammo, it did seem to come down to about 1 MOA. Definitely respectable. If you're debating, you know, should I spend the money on a SCAR because I got the money, or should I buy an AR-10? With an AR-10, you know, they get dirty insanely fast. I had a Armalite AR-10A2, and at about 120, 150 rounds, just normal shooting, it started having hiccups. It would fail to pick up the round and put it in the chamber. Sometimes it wouldn't extract right. I don't know if maybe because it just got so dirty, the bolt slowed down to where it wasn't able to function these tasks. This one does not have that problem. Now you throw a suppressor on that same AR-10, you're cutting it in half. You're looking at like 60 rounds, 80 rounds, and then you have to clean it. Otherwise, the reliability just starts falling off. Like I said, I took this to 300 rounds without cleaning it. I do feel it could have went a lot farther, you know, judging by how dirty it is. Right now, it's probably got like 120 rounds in it since I cleaned it. And it's just not dirty. The piston does get pretty nasty. I'm not going to pull it out of there for you because it gets stuck in there once it gets a little bit dirty. And you got to like take a cleaning rod and pop it out. Your piston has 2 different settings on it. From what I understand, one's for running the suppressor, one's for normal use. Pretty cool. Your back sight, it's already got range on it. You zero for 25 yards, and then you're also zeroed for 200, but you can dial this thing all the way up to 6. They're marked out in 100-yard increments. The sighting system worked great. I heard a lot of people say they were worried about, you know, how this is kind of sloppy, and they were worried about their zero shifting. I didn't have that problem. I also had another person saying that he wasn't able to zero it. No matter where he put his sights, he was always shooting slightly high. I also didn't have that problem either. In my last video, I was going to see if I could find out if these rails could come off and have a smooth body. Unfortunately, I never did that. Please leave in the comments below if they can come off and what I have to buy to make them come off, because I'd like to have a smooth front end. I just don't run things on this. Like, I'd probably keep this rail on for my light, but other than that, I just don't like them. I almost like it smoother, and I wouldn't mind the weight savings. This firearm comes in 8 pounds flat. That's amazing. That's lighter than some of the lightest AKs out there. Plus, you get a .308 round. Again, definitely recommend buying this. Let's see, I covered... Well, I got parts laying everywhere, and I've talked about a lot of stuff. I'm up to like 10 minutes of my video, so I'm pretty sure I covered everything I wanted to. If not, I'll wind up putting out another video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.